But first, let me catch up on chat. We want the chair back. Hold on, guys. Wait. Do I look like a good React streamer? Oh man, dude, we love chair streams. We love chair streams. And this is what does my Patreon shoutouts at the end of the video, where I go, yo, just want to give a shout out to my patrons over at Patreon, blah, 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 117 active members, look at me, I'm awesome. So I want to modify this script to scroll automatically like it's the credits in a movie or something, because there's just too much here. So first things first, 4 columns isn't going to work. As you can see, it kind of goes off the edge. So I'll probably do 3 columns, and then we'll scroll down. So I have a couple different ways I want to approach this. Oh, but yeah, this program is in Rust. We'll probably do the pagination part in Bash, so we'll probably pipe this program to an auto pager. That's kind of my plan here. Let's do this. So first things first, let's remember what's actually going on in this code, because it's been a while since I've looked at this. I wrote this a long time ago. We colorize the string, and up here at the top, we have our 3 tiers. The top tier, the middle tier, and the bottom tier, and these are their ANSI colors. So that's just what colorizes them. We have to figure out where I'm doing the logic to figure out the widest character, because I don't remember where I did that. We have 4 columns, and we have a padding of 2 spaces. Now, if I look at the output, what is this padding of 2? Because this is like way more than 2. I have a theory. I might just be grabbing the longest name, which I think is Wild True Do Coffee, and then treating that like it belongs on every column so they all line up properly. There's probably a cleaner way to do that. So let me go see where I'm actually doing that, because I have no idea. So where do I determine this? Get the length of the longest name, use this for formatting. Okay, so I iterate over every single member and I get the longest name. That's what I'm doing here. So I just grab the longest name, not from each individual tier. So let me see. Where do we do this? We use it here, and that's the only place we use it. So here's something interesting we can do. We can just take this and put this here. Get the length of the longest name, max len. Instead of members, let's use tier members. And this should grab the longest length for just this specific tier, because we loop over the tiers. I don't know what this is going to look like. It might make everything kind of weirdly formatted. All right. This is nice. It's more condensed, but do we like this? It's more condensed, and obviously we still have an issue here where these names are just too long, because Wild True Do Coffee is a long name, so this is still too long. We have to figure out the longest one per column, so we can still tighten this up. Is that what we want? That's really the question we have to figure out. Because here's the thing. It's scrunched these together. Do we want them scrunched together? Is that actually what we want? Because now, like, it doesn't really read like credits, does it? And there's still a chance we can go off the edge. So do we want to squish these together, like figure out the longest per column, which we could do? Or do we want to just use a fixed length and then roll with it? Because if we use a fixed length, because if we start scrolling, we solve this problem, you know what I mean? I think scrolling might be the way to do it. Let's try this. Let max len equal 20. Arbitrarily setting max len to 20. This is what we're going to do here, and we're going to see what this looks like. Okay. Already, this is pretty solid. Obviously, we have problems here. Of course, we have problems, so 20 is like not going to work. I wonder if it makes sense to do, I don't know, let's say 25. This is going to go off the page. Yep. And set columns to 3. Yeah, so like, this isn't bad. Imagine if you're watching my video and I'm like, yo, I just want to give a quick shout out to my patrons over at Patreon. As I'm talking, it's doing this on its own. It's scrolling on its own and scrolling through the users, and then hitting this, and then repeating, like constantly scrolling the same names. I think that might be the way to do it. I don't think that's terrible. Well, I can't really increase the font size. I'd have to, bold them or do something like that. I could invert the display so they look fancier, But yeah, I don't really have a way of double sizing the font there easily because it's on the terminal. They're all the same size, unless I'm missing something that you're saying. Double size font is a terminal feature. You print a row of the top half and a row of the bottom half with escape codes. There's an escape code that can set the font to top half, bottom half, or wide. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Interesting. I'd have to check that out. Yeah, Figlet exists. See, I don't know what this is. There's got to be something I'm missing here. I would like to give the higher tiers more screen time or significance or something, you know, some reason why you would want to pay me more money, obviously. But yeah, I'd want to make that look cool. So yeah, that's something to consider. As for Figlet, it's an ASCII bigger text. Ah, okay. Interesting. Escape pound 3 for the top half, escape pound 4 for the bottom half, escape pound 5 for normal, escape pound 6 for wide. Affects the entire row the cursor is on. It might not work in your terminal. It works in Xterm. It's originally from VT1. Okay, it probably will work, I would imagine. So let's see, I'm looking up some examples here. So the one that it has here is E pound 3 top text, and then we'll put a new line, and then E pound 4 bottom text. I'm putting I don't know if they need to be the same length. Okay, so I don't think mine supports it, because that doesn't look right, does it? Yeah, I feel like it would be doing something slightly different. Yeah, I don't know these codes. These are interesting. Yeah, so my terminal doesn't support it. But I will say right now, if we just run this does look nice. I don't have a problem with this. Let's do this first. There we go. I'm just cleaning up the code to get rid of the error. So if I run this code now, we get this. Doesn't look that bad. Obviously, there's still some issues here, so 20 is not enough. Did I put, well, I think I had 25 actually. Yeah. Okay. This looks fine. Those tier names are so cute. Yo, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with them. I will subscribe to your Patreon with a name longer than 25 just to break your script. Listen, that would totally work. Also, someone subscribed to my Patreon. They're a free user, but their username is like #bang something something something. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, wonder what restrictions they do have on usernames. Could someone put the ANSI escape code in a username? Like, I might have to actually start worrying about putting these things on my terminal. So I might have to do some name sanitization. But for now, we're going to leave it as this. Also, 01 underline. The cool thing is, if you've watched my videos, you know how scuffed they can be. Imagine if I'm running the Patreon script and then I notice that one of the names just wildly longer than the others. I'll just pause the video right there. If I pause the video, I'll be like, guys, look at that. That's ridiculous. And then I'll just fix it at the end of my video because it'll make for good content. So everyone wins if you sign up and you make your name longer than 25 characters. Yeah, someone's name is just straight up no. Just NO, which is really funny to me. Yeah, a function key injection escape code. Exactly. You could put escape codes to like copy things to my clipboard and stuff like that. My terminal I have configured to not allow it, but like, yeah, you could just do all stuff like that. Like, how crazy is that? Which terminal is WiseApp using? Oh, \E pound 8 works on an Apple terminal. Wait, hold on. What's pound 8 though? I don't know that code. I did 3, 4, 5, 6. What's 8? I'm using iTerm 2, by the way. Why does \E fill it with the letter E? That's so awesome. Wait, will it work on mine? This is so stupid. I mean, yeah, it's probably great for testing or whatever, but like, dude, come on. E. This would have gone hard in like 2018 when the E meme was popping off. Dude, that's so funny. That's so funny. Incredible. Incredible escape code. Dude, I'm so glad that exists. We learned some really cool things on stream here. I'm just going to throw that out here. We have a lot of fun here. Back on track, boys. Let's do this. We have this. I think the first thing to do here would be to scroll it. Like how I'm doing this, I want to be able to scroll this automatically. Now, the beautiful thing is we don't have to do this in Rust. I mean, I like Rust, don't get me wrong. We could have a separate program. Here's what I envision. This, pipe it to auto pager. An auto pager will be a lot like less, but it will scroll through and automatically paginate it. So let's go ahead and write auto pager. That's what I think we're going to do here. So I'll make a script called auto pager, and this will be able to page through all the stuff that was there for us. So if we run this and we pipe it into auto pager, it breaks because nothing actually reads that data. That's good. That's what we want. Let's read all of that data into an array. So do you guys remember how to read a file into an array? Super simple. Map file, -t for trim. No, we don't want to call it lines. That's a built-in variable. Let's call it data. There we go. So now this will read all of it. This will get rid of the error. There'll be no more error message because we properly read the data. We're not going to get any sort of like pipe error. Now that we have all the lines, the easiest thing we could do here is we could just echo data. And if we do this, let's printf %s new line with everything that's there. This should change nothing. If we do this, this should look exactly the same, which is perfect. That's what we get. Now we just want to be able to scroll it slowly. That is what we want here. We need to clear the screen. The first thing we should do is we should clear the screen. The nice thing is I've written code that we can just steal from. So like in our Linux resource visualizer code, I think we do some of the escape codes there, so we can just crib off of that from a previous video. In our CPU visualization code, yeah, look at this. We enable the alternate buffer, we hide the cursor, and we move the cursor home. So that's huge. Let's do that. And then I think H and L gets reversed for that. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. This is an old script I wrote for a previous video. So let's go lift some code from this. Let's get the network visualizer. I think this is where I cleaned up the code slightly. I did. D-init term and a init term. That is what we want here. So let's go ahead and grab those. Let's actually modify our auto pager. Grab these, put them here, and do this. There we go. Beautiful. Now we can just go here. Cool. So this looks a little bit gnarly, but all we're doing is we're pulling this from some code I've written in a previous video. So we are going to enable the alternate buffer, hide the cursor, move the cursor to the top left. We're going to print all the data there. We're going to sleep for 1 second, and then we're going to die. So we're going to see the data for 1 second, and then it's going to go away, assuming this all works how we want it to. So we see the data for 1 second, and then it goes away. Perfect. Awesome. That's what we want. We have our auto pager here. What we could do is instead of printing it out like this, we could do this. Let's count how many lines are in the data. That would be data this with this in front of it. So that's how many lines there are. So we can say echo red lines, lines. There we go. So if we run it now for 1 second, we will see that there were 48 lines. Okay, cool. Awesome. So let's figure out what to do here. We have 48 lines, so we just need to loop through that. So for I equals 0, I less than lines, I plus plus, do. Let's do local I, line equal lines at I. We can echo the line, and then we can sleep for 1 second. Done. Let's see what this looks like, and then we can sleep for 5 seconds here at the bottom. We probably won't get to the bottom, but that's not right. What am I doing wrong here? Line equals lines at I, echo line. Oh, lines is, yeah, lines is the num lines. Yeah, let's do this. There we go. I called it lines, but it was actually in data. Okay. That's cute. It's not what we want, but it's cute. I'm sorry, Schleppy the Schwagster? Dude, what a name, man. What a wild name. That's so funny. So this is something. This is cool. I don't hate this. It's just not what we want. We could do shopped-s check win size. And then we can just do this to read window size. Then we have uppercase lines and uppercase columns. So then we could do something like move the cursor to the bottom of the terminal. And then we can just do the printf. What is the way to move it? It's E. Do you just give it one number if I'm just moving down that number? I think I can do %DH. And then we want to move it down to lines. Might be minus or plus one, I don't remember. Yeah, that does it. Yeah, and then what we would need here, we would just need some big ASCII art that just says like Patreon or something, you know what I mean? Something like that. Have a cat 31 new lines first. Hey, you know what? That works too. That literally does work too. Yes, you could delay the new line until the next one is printed, absolutely. Yeah, instead of just doing this, you would just do printf new line %s, and this should work. Let's try this out. Oh yeah, that works. Of course, we could just do something like this. We could put the sleep timer there. Put this whole thing in a while true to loop. Okay, let's, for the sake of this testing, let's make this go way faster. All right. Obviously, it wouldn't go this fast because this is completely unreadable, and if you paid to have your name here, I don't think you'd want it scrolling like this. So it'll move slower than this. This is just for testing. I mean, it's kind of awesome. I kind of like it. It's really distracting at the speed. Because we could also put like a header. Like when you curl my website, you get this header up here. So we could have it print that. We could also use like an ASCII art generator. I know you guys can't see this. I'm just literally typing in ASCII art generator. Let's do a logo.txt just so we can see. You have literally that. Patreon supporters. I mean, that's kind of cute. That works. Something like that, maybe. Let's just simulate it. So if I was like, yo, and of course, I can't end the video without thanking my patrons over at Patreon. Check it out. Look at this sick new output. Thank you, everyone supporting me on Patreon. I think it's super cool. Take a look at this. You want your name at the end of one of my videos? You can watch all of my streams and join my Discord and beg me to put your name at the end of the video. No, I'm just kidding. You can sign up for my Patreon. Is this weird? Is this distracting? What do you guys think about this? Is this good? Is it scrolling too fast, too slow? What are our thoughts here? You think it's too slow? Too slow? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, at the end of one of my videos, you think this would be too slow? Maybe it is too slow. Like, I'm trusting you guys here. I don't actually know. If you guys think it's too slow, then I'll listen to you guys. Okay, well, I don't think sleep 0.001 is the answer. I'll do it for now, but I don't think that's it. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. The speed is okay, but it would be better as a character at a time. Oh my god. That's so funny. You guys are ridiculous. Couldn't I do that with, what is it? Is it PV? PV has some things for this. Yeah, I think I could do PV minus L1. 100. And then I need it without the progress bar. Should I do a video on PV? Because PV is super cool. Is there a way to turn off the progress bar? PV-Q. There we go. How's this, guys? Yeah, it does look like the credits at the end of a movie. Like if I'm watching a Lifetime movie or something, and they want to blow through the credits so they can start the next movie. Oh my god, Darkspace is signing up for the Patreon with a name that'll break it. To make you happy, Darkspace, I won't look at the name. Whatever we work on tonight, we'll leave it like that. And however your name breaks the script, I will leave that in the video. Wow, so you guys actually like the PV? It's cool. Look, it's vibe coding. It seems like people are liking the PV one better. It's my only concern. Do we care if it's slow? It's too choppy, I agree. I want it to be smoother, but it can't do it and feel fast. That's the problem. I think it might actually be worth it to make our own program that does it like PV, but ignores white space, so it just blows right past them. Let's do this real quick. Yeah, let's just call it writer. Let's do it in C. We're doing it in C. We're going to read from standard in, read into buff, and read 4096. Trying to remember how to do this off the top of my head. This looks right. Not equal to, or while it's greater than 0. Then we will have to process it. I'll just return this. Simple enough. So we'll have to loop over the buffer that we read. Actually, you know what? Just make our life easier. We can just do the syscall over and over again. Who cares? Let's see if this works. Where's putchar? That's in standard io.h, okay. Let's grab this stuff. Okay, so if we do the cargo run and we pipe that into writer, okay, so it works. It just reads in from standard in and writes the standard out. It's slow. It has to do a syscall per 1 byte, so it's not a big deal. So where's sleep? Sleep is in the Unix standard header. Takes a second. What is it? Sleep? Yeah. So we need a microsecond sleep here. So this is what we'll do. If C equal, let's see, a space, or C equal a new line. We should also skip over the ANSI escape sequences, but it's not a big deal. If it's equal to these, then do nothing. Otherwise, we want to use sleep for 300 milliseconds. Let's do something like that. There we go. Okay, well, that's certainly something. Let's increase this sleep to 800 now. Because, yeah, I have to recompile it. That is still crazy. That's something's not right. What am I sleeping? What is sleep? Microseconds. I'm thinking of milliseconds. It's in microseconds, right? This is still less than a millisecond. Okay, that's what's going on here. 300 times 1000. There we go. Okay. Well, something ain't right here. We'll have to figure it out though. But yeah, we're buffering it. That's our problem here. So we can fix that. We could just honestly just give it to write. We could just do a write directly. Write descriptor buff 1. Okay, simple enough. So where we do our put char, instead we will actually just call write fd buff 1. We should probably check, you know, to do error checking, but like, who cares? We're just gonna, this is just to make sure it actually looks good. We'll recompile that, rerun that, and we get nothing. Nice, nice, nice. Why do all developers have such beautiful beards? Thank you, thank you. That's so nice to hear. That's amazing. 0 is standard in. You're right. You are absolutely right. And also true, I could standard error probably just avoid a lot of these problems, but you're right. Why am I trying to write to a file script that isn't open for writing? How fun. Okay. There could definitely be some... Okay. It's working. Interesting. Definitely interesting. The only thing I could think of is there are some ANSI escape sequences, so maybe it's... Yeah, okay. They're ANSI escape sequences. I don't need to flush here. The ANSI escape sequences are taking time to process. That's what's going on there. So, yeah. That's the issue that we're seeing. All right, well, that's cool. We could do some filtering out with this. We could say, like, this. Can you not do that? What's wrong with this? Why is my thing yelling at me? Yeah, that's valid. I don't know why it thinks it's invalid. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's not in C. I just have to do X1B. Yeah. Because what if we just drop this to like 100? Yeah, it definitely slows down before it does the colors, but it's not a big deal. Let's just sleep for 1 millisecond. Okay, clearly too fast. Let's sleep for 10 milliseconds. I mean, that is kind of cool, isn't it? Like, that is objectively pretty neat. I don't know if it's fast enough. Is it too distracting? From my point of view, it's incredibly distracting. If you were watching one of my YouTube videos and I was like this, like, and of course, guys, just want to take a moment to thank my Patreon subscribers. Take a look at this. Look how many patrons we have over at Patreon. Thank you so much. If you want your name at the end of my videos, go ahead and sign up for my Patreon. You can see everybody here. Is this too much? Is this ridiculous? What are we thinking here, guys? Make the cursor invisible? Ah, interesting. I could take a look at that. The white cursor is distracting? Okay, okay. Slightly slower. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Yeah, we do have to consider the future where there are even more. That is very true. This could get bigger. Let's slow it down. Let's make it half as fast. And we can hide the cursor while we do it. So we could do tput civvies, run the command, and then tput c norm. I think that does it. There we go. I mean, this is pretty cool. Like, this is really cool. Huh. This is really cool to look at. That's interesting. So what do we do when we get to the bottom then? I wonder what a different cursor would look like. We could do a different cursor. We could print something and then put a backspace right over it. We could do something like this. So let's do this. Let's leave that here. We could write a couple things. We could write a this and a backspace. And then our cursor looks like a greater than sign. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that is not at all what I imagined. Oh, because it's breaking the ANSI escape sequences. Yeah, that makes sense. It looks really funny. That does look cool, though. I do like the way it writes in. This is kind of wild, though. I kind of like it. But then, you know, if your name's all the way to the bottom, does that feel kind of bad? I don't actually know. Because obviously I'll talk enough where we'll have time for it to all go in there. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about how much I talk, because I can talk. I can absolutely talk. The free tier should be last. Oh, the free tier is not even on here. There's 117 paying members. There are 476 total lines in that CSV. So 476 minus 1 for the header minus 117. There are that many free tier members. So don't worry, I'm doing a ton of filtering here. These are all paying members. That's an interesting point. I don't know how they're sorted. We could sort them based on who's the oldest. That would be probably the nicest thing. If you're the oldest person in this tier, you should be at the top of the tier. I agree with that. Just list the free member and have a little greater than dev null next to it. Make the total time fixed and the wait time dependent. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so I want this animation to take 10 seconds, no matter if there's 10 people or 500 people, we just divide it. That's totally a possibility. Dark Space, yeah, your name won't be on here if you're one of the free members. I could probably add that for testing, but I haven't messed with that, and I don't want to risk outputting any information that shouldn't be there. I think we're okay. I think capital free is what they call it, and we'll give them a color of 3. What is your favorite film, YSAP? Time travel movie called Primer. I think people might enjoy this. Of course, when I put this in my next video, I will ask people if they like it or not. I'll get other people's input. I'll get people's input at the end of the video. But like, I think this is kind of cool because I definitely I show the Patreon names for a while. So I talk over this. 0 members. All right. Well, clearly the free tier is somewhere else. This is how you're supposed to do it, right? This is real hour. Look at that. No, the tier is free. Let's just get rid of this and let's just say that they're active no matter what. There you go. There's our free members. Oh, guys, it's way different when I see the free members. I didn't realize how many people were here. Thank you, everyone, for signing up for my Patreon. Oh, my God. That's a wild name. This is a wild name. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the free category, so that's crazy. What does it look like with the steady bar cursor? Escape 6? You restore the cursor. Blinking bar, steady underline. Oh, okay, yeah. And how do you restore it? Let's try this out. Oh, I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. Well, is there like a reset one to reset to what the user prefers? Yeah, underline could be the vibe. I agree with that one, actually. It's kind of cool. I mean, obviously it's going fast. 0's reset. Okay. Wow, it's so weird. That's just an underscore. Okay. Cool. I should probably just be writing this in Rust and not C, but like, eh. Oh, 1 and 0 are blinking block. Okay, interesting. I kind of like this. What do you guys think? It's not too distracting, right? It actually might make sense to start at the top. We could have it scroll in from the bottom, of course, but it might make sense to start at the top like this. I don't know what's better, because then it doesn't look like it's constantly scrolling, I guess. I don't know. All right, so we'll have a bash script that calls this stuff for us. So it'll call the writer C script, and it will set the cursor for us. Coding for billionaires, bro literally quit his job. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I don't even have a job, man. I don't even have a steady source of income. You don't even know who you're talking to. I'm unemployed. I could do this all night. There we go. So now if we do the cargo run, so let's clean this up a little bit. If we do this cargo run and we pipe it to run writer, this should just do everything for us. Okay, cool. So now we have a little script that can handle this. Our C program should probably handle taking an argument to allow us to speed it up and slow it down, but this does seem pretty solid. I don't think this is distracting, actually. I kind of like this. If you pay more, you're at the top tier, your name shows up first and stays on screen longer. I like that. I think that makes sense. I'm going to talk and yap the whole time while this is writing. Dude, I think this is it, man. I think this is it. This is really cool. Now, what do we do once we write it? Do we just keep it going? Do we pause and then go into a loop? I think we pause and then go into a loop. Yeah, the C program was still worthwhile because PV wasn't as smooth. Yeah, I think PV was doing some buffering. There may be some way to mess with PV, but I don't know. Sometimes I just get frustrated and have to just bust out some C code. Are you writing Rust or re-implementing in Bash? We have Rust piping into Bash, which outputs to a C program. So we're just doing whatever we want here, you know what I mean? So now we just need a do everything script. And then, of course, I'll clean all this up before a video. Do everything. How's this? And do everything will just do all of this. So it'll run cargo run into this. We will cat the logo.txt. We will sleep for 5 seconds, and then we will do it all over again while true, do. There we go. So now I already did that. If we run do everything, actually, let's clear the screen first. There we go. So now if we run do everything, here's what's gonna happen. Clears the screen, runs this, and then it just outputs this. How does this look, guys? What do you guys think about this? Is the logo at the top too much? How are we feeling about this? I think we can do this. All right, guys, hear me out, hear me out. You ready? Look at that Vim foo. Look who knows how to use Vim. You guys excited for that Vim course when I finally work on it? Look at that. Look at that. That's great. That's great. Yeah, I probably want to make the headings a little bit bigger, but yeah. Oh yeah, all this stuff will be open source. This repo is totally open source. It'll all be available. I'll have to clean it up a little bit, but I'm liking what I see so far. This is great. So what happens when we get to the end? Oh, interesting. It turns the cursor back to block. Do we like this, or should it clear the screen and start over? Because right now it's just scrolling off the old text. Should we clear the screen? I feel like we should clear the screen and we should start over. I could do the thanks for watching thing. The only downside is like well, here's my concern. Your name won't be on the screen forever. And some people might like that. However, if you watch other creators with Patreon lists, I feel like they just scroll the names and they're gone, right? They don't put the names back on. So maybe you're right. Maybe I do this. This happens. This happens. Let's see when it ends. Let's imagine this, okay? We get to the bottom. It ends. Pause here. Pause here for 10 seconds. 5 seconds, whatever. 5, 10 seconds. And then thanks for watching YSAP or something like that. Maybe that's what we do there. That might be good instead of looping. Yeah. Because we could also do this. If we do the do everything thing, we could just put the clear here. Let's put an echo here too. Because we could also just do this. Also, Darkspace wants me to refresh the list. I will do that for you, buddy. It's a whole song and dance to get a new Patreon CSV. Here's the problem. I have to go to the website. I have to click download CSV. They say thank you, and then they email it to me. So then I have to wait for the email to come, which gives me a link, not even an attachment. I don't mind the looping. I don't hate the looping. Let's make Darkspace happy really quick. Newest one will be at the bottom. Okay, there's the CSV file. foo.csv. So now if we go into our do everything script, Darkspace, I'm going to trust you. I'm not even going to look at it. We're just going to trust you here. It won't reveal anything bad. It's not super malicious. All right, fair enough. Let me close out of some of this stuff here. All right. Let me run my do everything script. Just mildly malicious. Looks good so far. I have to say, I really like it. I really like the way this works. I can't believe Patreon lets you put that many spaces in your name, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so funny. Why is it printing 0 width spaces? What are you doing over there, dude? What is Patreon allowing? I can't even get mad at you, dude. I just get mad at Patreon here. That's so funny. Brother, I'm going to come up with some sort of fix for that. Maybe squeeze space characters if there's too many. But for now, I'm leaving it because that's hilarious. I actually really like it. The spaces are supposed to be 0 width. Well, listen, man, I can't tell you what's happening here. That's so funny. Let's put an echo here. So yeah, here's what I'm thinking will happen. There we go. True YSAP fans unite. Dude, thank you for the super chats. You guys don't have to give me this much money. That's ridiculous. But I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. The typing for the long name is slow because they're not actually space characters. They're like a special kind of space characters. Use the writer to print the website. It looks like a really old website loading in. That's super funny. This is beautiful. I do like this slow writer program. It's really funny. But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do here. Can you do the thank you and the Patreon support font? Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because I'm not just going to leave it at echo, thanks for watching, in this tiny little text. That doesn't really make much sense. That's what I'll do. I'll do an ASCII art, like it says Patreon supporters, it'll be thank you for watching, that kind of thing. It's slower because of the escape codes. Yes, exactly. I could put some logic in there to make a little state machine, like once you have an ANSI escape code, we stop sleeping, and then once we see the closing thing to it, we start sleeping again. I could put something like in there to skip over them, but I think this is kind of a cool effect. I really like this, guys. I think this is the vibe. Dark space, it kills me that you did this. That's so funny to me, dude. I'm leaving it for now, but oh my God, that's so funny. But that is so interesting. All right, guys, I think we've done it. I'll have to clean up this code. It'll be available on my GitHub. I'll probably update this YouTube VOD and put it in the description there, but like, it's just my YSAP repo. If you curl my website, there's a link to it. Actually, pull up your terminal, curl ysap.sh, and this link, this is the repo where the code will go. I'll clean it up and put it up there tonight. But yeah, this is awesome. I like this. I think the end of the videos are gonna be really cool. I think people are gonna enjoy this and vibe with it. So yeah. Some of my content creator friends that are starting off, they ask me things like, my audience wants me to do this, my audience wants me to do that. I'm like, listen, man, here's what I always say. If you do everything your audience wants, you won't have an audience. You have to do what you want. And if people vibe with it, they hang out. If not, they're out of here. Like, it's as simple as that. What if your audience wants you to create content? No, here's the thing. You don't do what your audience wants, but you don't do what your audience doesn't want. You just don't pay any mind to it. You do what you want. Obviously, I will come to my audience. I'll come to you guys for suggestions and stuff. Like, people will be like, Dave, you should do this. I'll listen to your suggestions, but then I run it through my own filter of what do I actually want to do. So that's why I say yes to certain things and no to certain things. So it's not that I do what you guys want. It's not that I do what you guys don't want. It's that I do what I want, and it may align with your goals. It may not align with your goals. Someone hearing this, if they're like, that sounds kind of harsh, you just got to learn to protect your own space and your own world, man. I want to make sure this stream is something I want to keep coming back to. I want to ensure that this content is something I enjoy doing on my own time. So, and listen, man, if I'm willing to quit my job in this job market, then I'm not afraid of anything. So don't worry about that. So yeah. That's it from me. Thank you everyone for hanging out. This is a ton of fun. I don't know if I'll go through and cut up this VOD and make it into its own video. I don't know if that'd be interesting. I feel like if you're watching my YouTube videos, you probably don't want cut up stream content. You probably want the more prepared stuff, but who knows? I have no idea. So I'll figure out what I want to do. But yeah, have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm going to call it here. And yeah, see you everyone. Take care. Have a good one.